The United States began as 13 British colonies along the Atlantic coast, each with its own unique character, economy, and traditions. These early settlements were shaped by a mix of cultures, hopes, and dreams for a better life. Over time, colonists grew increasingly frustrated by unfair taxes and strict British control, which limited their freedoms and economic opportunities. Tensions rose as new laws and taxes were imposed without their consent. In 1775, the colonies launched the American Revolution, a bold fight for liberty and self-determination. The struggle was led by George Washington and supported by France, whose aid proved crucial to the American cause. After years of hardship and sacrifice, the colonies declared independence in 1776 with the Declaration of Independence, boldly proclaiming their right to self-rule and equality. The Treaty of Paris in 1783 officially ended the war, and Britain finally recognized the United States as a free and independent nation, marking a turning point in world history. The new nation soon adopted a constitution, establishing a unique democratic government based on the principles of liberty, justice, and the rule of law. The U.S. Constitution and Bill of Rights guaranteed essential freedoms, such as freedom of speech, religion, and the right to a fair trial, setting a powerful example for the world. These freedoms, along with opportunities for land and economic advancement, attracted immigrants from all over the globe who came seeking a new start and the promise of a better future. The United States was a bold experiment in self-government, where ordinary people could have a voice in shaping their own destiny. No other nation at the time was governed quite like it, making America a symbol of hope and possibility for generations to come. With independence secured, the young nation looked westward, doubling in size with the Louisiana Purchase in 1803. Americans, driven by manifest destiny, expanded coast to coast, displacing Native American tribes and sparking conflicts. The War of 1812 against Britain solidified American independence and strength. The Monroe Doctrine in 1823 warned Europe against further colonization in the Americas. The Mexican-American War added vast territories, including California and Nevada. Westward expansion fueled economic growth but deepened the debate over slavery. The question of slavery in new territories divided the nation. Expansion brought both opportunity and conflict. The issue of slavery led to the Civil War from 1861 to 1865, dividing the nation. The North fought to preserve the Union, the South seceded to protect slavery and states' rights. The Union victory under Abraham Lincoln ended slavery and reaffirmed national unity. Reconstruction followed, as the nation struggled to integrate formerly enslaved people. The late 1800s saw rapid industrialization, technological advances, and urban growth. Industrial giants like Carnegie and Rockefeller rose to power. The economy boomed and America's military strength grew. The nation was transformed by industry and innovation. At first, the United States tried to stay out of World War I, hoping to avoid the devastation of another European conflict. But as threats to democracy and American interests grew, the U.S. was eventually drawn in, sending troops and resources that helped tip the balance in favor of the Allies and bring the war to an end. After the war, the U.S. played a major role in shaping the Treaty of Versailles, aiming to create a lasting peace. However, despite President Wilson's vision, the U.S. Senate refused to join the League of Nations, which limited America's involvement in global affairs and set the stage for future challenges. When World War II erupted in 1939, the U.S. once again tried to remain neutral, wary of being drawn into another overseas war. But the surprise attack on Pearl Harbor in December 1941 changed everything, uniting the nation and forcing America into the global conflict. Under President Franklin D. Roosevelt, the U.S. transformed into the arsenal of democracy, ramping up production and supplying vital weapons, vehicles, and aid to the Allies. American industry and workers mobilized on an unprecedented scale, while U.S. forces fought bravely on multiple fronts across Europe and the Pacific. U.S. military power played a decisive role in defeating both Nazi Germany and Imperial Japan, leading to victory in Europe and the Pacific. The sacrifices and determination of American soldiers were celebrated across the nation. In the aftermath of World War II, the United States emerged as a global superpower, rivaled only by the Soviet Union. The world order had shifted, and America now held enormous influence on the international stage. The Cold War soon began, marked by intense global tension, nuclear arms races, and fierce competition for influence between the US and the Soviet Union, shaping international relations for decades. Seeking to prevent future conflicts, the US helped establish the United Nations and launched the Marshall Plan, providing massive aid to rebuild war-torn Europe and promote stability and prosperity. Through its leadership, economic strength, and vision, America played a central role in shaping the post-war world, laying the foundation for the modern era. In the 21st century, the United States faces a complex and rapidly changing world, presenting new challenges to its role as a global leader. The nation must navigate shifting alliances, technological advancements, and the growing influence of other powers. The tragic events of September 11, 2001, ushered in the War on Terror, testing America's military strength, diplomatic resolve, and the unity of its people in the face of fear and uncertainty. The Trump presidency marked a dramatic shift in American politics, sparking intense debate both at home and abroad, and challenging long-standing traditions and alliances. His policies and rhetoric divided public opinion, with critics warning of threats to democratic norms, while supporters praised his focus on economic growth, immigration reform, and a new approach to foreign policy. The long-term impact of this turbulent era remains uncertain, leaving many to wonder how history will judge these years of upheaval and change. Today, the United States still wields immense economic and military power, but it faces rising challenges from a resurgent China, deepening political polarization, and growing economic inequality at home. America's future will depend on its ability to adapt to new realities, heal divisions, and uphold the founding principles of democracy, liberty, and justice for all. The nation's story is one of resilience, transformation, and ongoing evolution, a testament to the enduring spirit of the American people as they face whatever comes next.